Every time I go to the server to find every friend in the house wants to see me tonight. With a little shutdown I feel it just right. All I wanna do is see a beautiful sunlight.
Hello people, it's Poet, and we're back on TimeShot, and as you can see, everything is perfectly fine in my house. It was an April Fool's prank that we decided to pull on you guys. To basically, everybody was randomly assigned another person on the server. Not everybody, only a few people wanted in, but a few people who were interested in doing something for April Fools decided that we would do something on the server. And what we chose to do was swap houses and do whatever we want to each other's houses as if it was our own. I don't know if I was entirely a fan of the idea. And the reason being because I thought that people might be a little bit confused. Some people wouldn't even realize that it wasn't my house. New viewers and old alike, and sure enough... Did it stop raining the second I walked through that door? Wouldn't it be weird if I walked back through and it was still raining? But anyway, yeah, I thought that people would be confused, and surprisingly, even people who are fans of the series, who watch the series, didn't seem to quite grasp the fact that I was actually playing around with Jake's house and not my own. And all those deaths never really actually happened. I mean, they happened, but in a way they didn't. In this episode, this is kind of a redo. I re-record things all the time. But in this sense, look at those. Aren't those amazing? But they take so many levels to fix. Let me show you. Oops. Let's see, these Nia gave them to me, I believe. And look at that. 32 to get it to there. 36. Too expensive. So at least 36 levels to get it almost repaired. And then it's obviously over 40 levels to fix it. So that's why I kind of just... I'm putting them away for now. But they are amazing rubber booties. Right now I've just got some plain Jane, not even enchanted rubber booties. Let's see. I'm still the April Fool's villager guy? When is that gonna end? April Fool's was like hours ago. I don't care where you are in the world. But anyway, oh, let's cook that up too. Cook. In this episode, it's sort of a redo, like I was saying, in a way, because I want to start talking about something that I talked about before, but because the whole April Fool's thing happened, it would kind of be weird for me to not mention it in the first video out afterwards. And that's why I'm going to redo it. And I wasn't extraordinarily happy with what I was talking about anyway, I suppose. But what I want to do is just put things away. Get out of there. I need so much organization. That was one of the comments that people were making when they downloaded the world on the Reddit, is that my chests were so disorganized. And look at them. Just look. And in here... Oh, I'll take that. I'll even take that. We're going to be doing a lot of digging this episode. And... what else can I take in here? So this coal, I can start cooking up some of those potatoes or something. I'll take my diamonds. I went caving with Nia, and I got a lot of diamonds and lots of coal blocks because I got an idea for a certain something, a project that I'm doing, and I need lots of coal. In fact, that's still not enough, I think, but I'm working on getting more. Take that with me. I'm going to go to my other base real quick. Just looking for anything that I can really use. Maybe I should take these with me. Might be easier. I don't know. Okay. And what I'm going to do, basically, I have 13 levels. I'm going to enchant 13 items. And we'll see what we can get. We'll get some pretty decent level 1 enchants. Maybe a level 2 enchant if we're very lucky. And I'll go to my other base now. Alright, let's see. Where should I put it? I'm going to go to my other base, don't you worry. But I'm actually still... Did I just pick something up? Did I drop something by accident? I think what I have to do for this project, as funny as it might sound, I've been filling this up. As you can see, I did this in the last episode, was what I was doing while I was talking. Oh, let me break these. Hold on. There we go. What I was doing was basically making it so that the wall is on a level... I don't know how you'd word that, but all on one Y level. And what I have to do is get a ton of dirt and fill all this in. Just kind of make it look a little bit more natural, and likewise fill all this in. I want to at least go from here across. You know, if I can fill in that part, it'll look maybe a little bit more natural. There we go. But this isn't the project that I was talking about doing. This is something completely different. Yeah, and then maybe layer it down from there. But fill all this in. I can just kind of do a top layer and then wall that in, light it up in there very good. It'll be hollow ground everywhere, but it'll look nice. And I can still build on top of it. What I think I'm going to do for this big project is actually... My wall is only going to come up to about here-ish. But that doesn't mean that I can't use some of the area in front of my house. I'm thinking of digging underneath the water here. Making a big thing underneath the water. Maybe underneath this lake right here. And kind of claiming it as my own. That might be the thing that I do. I don't think that anybody else is going to be doing anything with an ocean. Or a lake, I should say. Definitely not an ocean. I have skewed vision, apparently. But, yeah, I'm going to maybe... Because it'll take up a lot of space. And for it to take up a lot of space and have other people building in the area, like, even if I dig in this direction here, probably wouldn't be so bad. But I don't know what's going to happen in the future. We do have 2 new people on the server. Yay! 2 new people. One is named Zishin, and the other one is named Siri. They are both great additions to the server, I think. I don't think either of them has started making videos yet. But when they do, rest assured they will be great. I just know it. So welcome them. Their links are in the description. I started putting them in the description as of the April Fool's video, so I know that they're there. So yeah, check them out. Zishin and Siri. Just give them a look, give them a like, give them a subscribe if you haven't already, and do all those other awesome things that you people do, as I always say. But here we are going back to my other base, the cozy hole, so that I can grab some resources, because we're going to be digging a lot. This is, like I said, it's going to be a big project. Basically, by that I mean there's going to be lots and lots and lots and lots of digging. Which also means that I'll probably be coming on here a lot in my free time. I might enlist the help of a few people. I don't know if people would probably want to help me for diamonds or what I can pay them. I'm going to be using a lot of my diamonds so that I can actually mine it. Okay. Don't really have very many resources here. Just some iron is the main one. And, oh, I got some dirt that I could bring to the other house while I'm walking back that way. And a Fortune 2 pick that is almost dead. It's so dead. What was I going to do with it? I put it aside so that I could have an efficiency. Too expensive. Oh, because it has to repair them as well. 27 levels to repair it completely. That is not very impressive. Fortune 2 efficiency, that's pretty good. 38 levels, though, that I need. 15, 19, 23, 27. Yeah, it would be cheaper if I... because it'll still be so many levels. Oops, that's not the right one. This one. And maybe this one. I'll put those two aside. It's my Silk Touch one that Code gave me. I have so many levels to use. I almost need to spend time at my spider farm. Yeah, no? Let's go like this. Why did I do that? How many sticks can we get from that? 16 for something. We can make 14 more. Let's do that. I don't want to make them all picks. I don't want to make them all shovels. I want like 5 of these, which will give me 6. The rest I want are picks. That'll give me 9 picks. 1, 2, 3. Let's definitely not make that many more. Let's do 2. I already got 3 more. Yeah. Stick with that. So that's quite a lot, I know. But, like I said, this is a very big project, and it's a very important project to me. I'm going to put my diamonds actually in the chests over here, right beside the rotten, poisonous potato. And then this iron and stuff. I guess I don't really need the iron then. Funnily enough, as I always say. Funnily. Do it funnily. Where is it? There it is. Oops. There. So, enchanting. Here's slime. Shovel. I want to get at least a nice shovel. I see that I need to put some torches around. Block off some of the levels. I hear them actually using the doors because they're bouncing on them. It's very creepy. I gotta take care of that. Hold on. Do you mind? Hello? Can I come in? Oh god, it glitched a bit. There we go. Punch them all. There we go, and those guys will all suffocate, so that's good. Okay, now that we can concentrate, that actually gave me an extra level to work with. Still not getting low enough levels. 3 is like as low as it's going, unfortunately. What can I do in the meantime? I know. I'll just do like this. Kinda works. There we go. Efficiency 1. That's good. That's what I want. Efficiency 1. Efficiency 1. And unbreaking would be nice, though. Unbreaking. There we go. One of these. Got 9 levels left to work with. Unbreaking. Efficiency 1. Efficiency 1. How much does it take to combine 2 of them together? Just out of curiosity. If I take like an unbreaking pick and another unbreaking pick, there it is. 7. Oh, man. Ah. It's almost worth it. Unbreaking 2 is significantly better than an Unbreaking 1. It just is. And for 7 levels, it's almost worthwhile combining the two. I'm gonna run to our little cave spider area. Protection 4 chest piece. Better than what I've got. Wow. People making wool with the string that they get just because. It's weird. This is so inefficient using cave spiders. There's no real super efficient cave spider spawn or farm as far as I know. Used to be better methods in the past, and this is more efficient than some I've seen, but it was done very quickly just to get it done. I'm level 7 now. I'm surprised how quickly it went up, so I'm kind of just like, let's do a few more. There we go. Why is this all flooded? Oh yeah. They turned it into a fishing hole. Before I had a way down so that you could actually go and pick up some of the experience that floats down there, but there we go. Level 10. You know what? That's good enough. Level 10, good enough. I can make an efficiency 2, Unbreaking 2 pick. Wonder if the efficiency pick is the same level needed. And then I will have 4 or so levels left to kind of play with. Efficiency. Let's see efficiency. 4 only. Oh, that's interesting. It's very interesting. Okay, where did I put them? Here we are. Thank you. Unbreaking 2 pick. Very nice. And now at my 3 remaining levels. An efficiency. Come on. Efficiency. And we got 1 little level left for 1 little shovel left. There we go. Perfect. I really need to figure out where that railway goes so that I can tie into it back on my base, because running back and forth between here and there is kind of complicated, I guess. Okay, anyway, the thing that I talked about in the last episode that I redid, and the reason that I say that this is a redone episode, I might as well talk about the same thing, otherwise it's not a redone episode, was people being starstruck was my topic of choice. And having people, how I deal with it, and how other people are around me, and things like that, and so on and so forth. And I'll explain, because so on and so forth doesn't explain very much. But I think everybody's experienced some kind of a starstruck person, or maybe they've been starstruck themselves. I see it a lot when, I don't know, I've seen it a lot in the YouTube community. Having recorded with some pretty big names, and having had other people record both with me and with other big names and stuff, and just seeing, you know, that kind of thing. For me personally, it doesn't happen often. You know, I'm not so big a YouTuber that it happens often, but happens often enough that I've been able to experience it at least more than once. And that is in no way tooting my own horn. I'm just saying that, you know, for a fact, a person has come up to me and and they've acted in almost a starstruck manner, in that they were very nervous or didn't really know what to say, were flustered, and so on. And, you know, sometimes it's being starstruck. Sometimes people are just genuinely nervous people. There are people out there who don't really very often talk publicly, who might be the shy kid in class type of thing. And I understand that. I understand that very well. I used to do public speaking quite a bit, and I know for a fact from people who I used to go to those public speaking events with that not all of them were very comfortable with the public speaking. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. I wanna build this all up too, kinda. So yeah, sometimes it's just their character, but other times it is genuinely people being starstruck. And I have to admit, I don't handle it very well. I don't know if it's because I don't picture myself as the big YouTuber guy who people should be starstruck about. But I don't see myself that way. Let me see, where am I going to build this? I'm going to maybe... It has to be pretty wide, like almost a width. I have to really figure this out. Before I continue, I gotta concentrate on this for just a second. What I'm trying to figure out why I'm humming and hawing, as my mother would say, is because I can't decide whether to make it lengthwise or widthwise. Whether I want to start from here. I think I'm going to make it from here, because then my entrance is closer to my base. Yeah. The entrance will probably be some way underground over there, but just to start digging. What level is the bottom of the water? That's what I need to figure out. 60. It's 60, so I don't want to dig any higher up than 59. Okay. I guess the only way to start doing it is to do it, so I'll dig from here. This is X negative 247, and I will dig all the way. Let's go probably to here, 200. Let's make it a round number, 200, negative 200. From negative... We could almost make it negative 250 even. Make it another... At least an even number. Negative 250. Yeah, that'd work. Alright, that's what we'll do. Excusez-moi. But anyway, like I was saying, I don't know if it's because I just don't picture myself as a very large YouTuber yet, and maybe I never will. I used to think that people of my channel size that I am right now were really large YouTubers, and I've had this conversation before for when I was more like 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 and so. I remember watching people who were 50,000 and just being in awe, and to think that I'm at that level now, I still don't really associate myself with that. And yeah, that's where I want to dig. Yep, I'm under the water right now. Okay, that's where I want to be. So I'm digging on 58. And I just realized I'm going to need more torches. A lot of torches. I'm going to have to use some of that coal that we got. But anyway, I've had certain circumstances arise where I'll be in a call with someone, and they'll add someone to the call, or maybe I just want to talk to someone for the first time, and they're very nervous, or they'll say like, "Oh, it's such an honor to meet you. I just want to say that I'm such a big fan. I never thought that I'd be blah 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 blah," which is just so weird for me to even think about, if that makes sense. I just don't... I'm almost not comfortable with it, you know? When someone comes to me and says that kind of thing, I almost don't really know how to react. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I should be polite. Usually what I end up doing, which is kind of unfortunate, is just changing the subject, which is kind of funny. Because I start getting kind of flustered and weird feeling when that happens to me. And I guess the reason is because it's just not... What do you even say in a situation like that when someone comes up to you and says, you know, oh, it's such an honor to meet you, and they go on and on and on about how you're their hero or that you're their idol and stuff. When I just see myself as, you know, I'm some guy who just likes making videos. I'm not that special. I'm not any more special than you or the mailman or the guy who works behind the deli counter at the store. I'm not any more special than anyone else. Your dog is more special than I am. So, you know, why are you saying these things? What are you doing to me? I almost can't cope with it. It's almost just a too weird feeling. But I guess the way that I deal with it, unfortunately, like I said, is try to change the subject or try to make it seem like, you know, oh, it's not such a big deal. I really don't know how else to handle it, to be honest with you. And have I ever... I hear this a lot from people, you know, saying that they would never be starstruck. I don't know if that's completely true. I think it just depends on the situation. When you see someone that you really like, you want to tell them about it. You know, how far do I need to go? I mean, I'm just gonna jump up and kind of figure that out too while I'm here. Run to the other side of the lake. I don't want to go much beyond the end of the lake for now. So let's see here. The end of the lake, let's say, is around here. So let's say 530. Yeah, 530 is a pretty good marker. So 250 all the way to 200. And from over there all the way to 530. I will not remember that, and I don't have anything to write it down on. No signs on me, and I'm not running all the way back yet again. But yeah, it's just kind of weird having people come to you and say, you know, oh, I'm so honored to meet you, yada yada yada, when I don't find that I'm that special. And I don't think that I've ever been starstruck, you know, at a loss for words when it comes to saying hello to someone. I think that's what a lot of people respect me for or expect from me, is that I will be the one to be very comfortable in all situations. I know for a fact that where I used to work, it was the thing. You know, at the meetings and stuff that I would host when I was public speaking, or speaking in front of a large audience, it was just kind of expected. You know, I enjoyed doing that, and people expected that I enjoyed doing that. It was never a question of, you know, will he be shy? Will he not have anything to say? I always had something to say, and I always enjoyed doing that. You know, so I guess in a way I'm used to situations where I need to talk under pressure. I don't think that I'd ever be like without anything to say to someone, so nervous that I have nothing to talk about or anything like that. I'm always comfortable, and I don't know how I do it. I put my mind at ease somehow when it comes to talking to people who are of great importance to the world, or who are of great importance to me anyway. Here's my limit. Just seal that up. There we go. This is going to be so much digging. But you know what? I need the dirt. Stone is always good to have. So I'm kind of not too upset about having all of this available. What did I say I was going to? 200. So I'm almost there already, actually. This might not be as big as you think. But yeah, when people come to me and they're starstruck, I see it a lot in game lobbies and stuff. People saying, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, type of thing. That's more fandom, I think. But, oops, here we go. Here's what, or might happen. Closer to the shoreline. I see it happen sometimes like that, but in reality, when it happens to friends, that's the most awkward thing. When I have to do business with someone, you know, YouTube business, and they are kind of being awkward in a way, that can be a little bit difficult. Oh, look at this, huh? This whole little section here is all too low. Swim up, don't suffocate. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Just my perspective of it is that, you know, it makes me uncomfortable just as much as another person might be uncomfortable. It doesn't look like it, it doesn't seem like it. But when people come up to me and are very, like, super fan, then it does sort of make me uneasy. As much as like I said, people came to me and expected that I'd be cool under pressure, but the honest truth is that I still get, you know, I still get flustered just like anybody else when someone comes up to me and is awkwardly saying, you know, oh, it's such an honor to meet you, and, you know, that kind of thing. I don't really even know how to handle it. It's a weird thing to try to explain, but I hope I'm doing a good enough job of it. Just that, you know, what do you do in a situation like that, honestly? Happened recently with someone that I personally even respected and thought, you know, wow, that's kind of interesting that they're coming to me and they're doing the whole, you know, well, I just wanted to say that it's such an honor to meet you. You have you have no idea how long I've been a fan of yours, and going on like that. And it was just kind of one of those things that you're almost not prepared for. How do you even deal with something like that when you yourself were the one who was thinking, gee, you know, they're of pretty big importance. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just a weird topic I had on my mind. That's all. But I guess for the next thing, and this will kind of close off the video, I'm coming back around now to the beginning of this dig. I have to dig out this entire area here this way, and then down, probably as far down to bedrock. Like, I want to make it very, 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 very big. Because I've often said this in Minecraft. Where am I? Wasn't it negative 250? Oh yeah, I'm not there yet. Getting there. But I've often said this in Minecraft, is that in vanilla Minecraft you don't often see very epic builds. Hey? What number? What? Where did I start digging from? All the way from here, huh? 450. This is where I wanted to dig to. Okay, I didn't dig anywhere near far enough. I thought I was done, but I wasn't close to being done. That really confused me now. I dug to 500, but what I really want to do is go to 450 in this direction. Doesn't matter, because this all has to be dug out anyway. Ooh, we found a little bit of a cave. actually might help my efforts a bit. Yeah, this will do nicely. Caves really help digs like this when you're wanting to dig things all the way to bedrock, because they can actually take away quite a bit of material. All of this material dug out does add up. It really does. So I'm not too upset about that. But things like this have to be filled in then as well. There we go. But I guess I can let the cat out of the bag now as to what this whole humongous project is. Is that after very, very, very long discussions, internal discussions, not just with another person, but just in my mind, thinking about it, thinking on it, debating whether or not I should do it, I've decided, and this is a very touchy subject. I know that I've talked about it in the old Red Cube podcast before, the old Red Cube Network podcast, and kind of said that I would never be the one to do it. And now here I am going back on my word. I've also said this, though. If I want to just talk about going back on my word, is I've also mentioned in the past that, you know, when people say that a politician flip-flops on an issue, well, first they had this opinion, now they're saying this. I don't like that. I respect someone who can change their opinion, who can have their opinion changed. We talked about this before. It was one of the first real talky episodes of TimeShot where, you know, changing one's opinion on something, on an issue, or on this and that, is a good thing, and more people should have their opinions changed, or be open-minded to have their opinions changed. This isn't really on an opinion of something, but, well, okay, it is. It is. That thing is having third-party donations sent to you. Now, what I mean by that is, like, if you guys were to just up and donate to me. I often said I would not press that. I would not ask for that. I would feel really, really bad about doing that. But it's come to the point where, really, if I want to be honest with myself, if I want to honestly, truly make myself comfortable with what I've got, with doing YouTube full-time, there are things that come up that, you know, I just never expected would happen. It's happened to me quite a bit this year, for the first time in my life. This is, I can say without a doubt, this is the hardest year that I've ever had to experience, as far as finances go, and just feeling that whole overwhelming feeling of you're now an adult type of thing. Which is, you know, everybody feels that eventually in life. But for me, I've been an adult for a long time. I know what it's like. But this year has been harder than any other. Without a doubt, has been the hardest. I just noticed now that I've put all these torches on the side, but I really wanted to put them on the outside of this ring, because I'm going to be digging in, like I showed you. Yeah. You know what, this is easier if I just tear these all down, and then run back, place them again. I always place my torches to the left. It's a habit. Don't know where I formed it. Except for in that one weird spot. But anyway, this whole thing that I'm digging, to make a long story short, is going to be a donator room. Because, let's face it, I can't make it without you guys. I've learned that now. Especially what happened with my... I was actually, because of my electrical going out, and then me not being able to pay my bills and having the electrical turned off, and just crazy things happening like that in my life, you guys came through for me. You guys donated, and I never expected that. That was the thing. I never asked for it, not even once. I didn't beg. I refused to beg. And I refuse to beg. This is not begging, but I'm going to be making the option there for you guys, if you so wish. If you choose to do with your money what you want to help me out, I'm not going to turn that down. That's being unreasonable is the word, really. I won't be unreasonable. I won't turn down the help that you guys provide me, because I understand. You know, I'm doing these recordings out of the love for doing these recordings, out of the love for you guys. That's why TimeShot's even open. And someone justified it in a way that, well, they're just kind of paying in a way. They're paying for the service that you provide for free. And that's true. You know, that's true. Now, other people would say, well, why don't you get a real job? You know, why don't you get a real job? But that's not it. I've said this before, and I'll say this again too, is that I'm actually on YouTube. I'm doing better than I was as an IT manager. I was an IT manager for a very multinational company. They're all over the world. Big company. They could afford to keep me, and I'm actually doing better on YouTube than I was. So then someone might say, well, why would you need the charity? But the thing is, as good as I'm doing, there are a lot of factors that go into it that, you know, I tell people what it's like. And I think they are first in a state of almost disbelief that it is the way that it is. Is this where the holes are? Yeah, here we go. I thought I was at the bottom of the lake before, but now it seems like I underestimated that quite a bit. I was one block too high still. But here's the thing. My internet bill every month is $380. And you might just stop me right there and say, wait, what? $380 for your internet bill? I don't live in the middle of nowhere. I live almost in the middle of the city that I live in. My city has over 650,000 people living in it. It's not a tiny city. It's smaller, but it's not tiny. It should have the internet capable of doing YouTube. Because that's what you really need. To do YouTube, you need very good internet. To upload as many videos as I do each day, I need good internet. I don't have the best internet in the world. Not by a long shot. In fact, it's very, very, very subpar. My internet is constantly going down. And even so, I pay $380 a month or so. It's actually a little bit more than 380. Like 385 or something. I don't have the exact number in front of me. And it's that much because that's just all that's available here. I'm in the middle of the prairies in the middle of Canada, and there is nothing else available. So I have whatever I make on YouTube minus $385 right there. I used to have a whole bunch of cars and stuff that I used to, you know, those were my toys, my cars. I've since had to sell my cars. I have 2 cars that I drive now. One's a winter car, and one's my summer car. My summer car is currently for sale. I can't afford to have all of those cars on my car insurance anymore. It's really hit me hard this year. And it's not because, like I said, it's not YouTube, has nothing to do with it. I'm making more than I would have at my normal day-to-day job. But my electrical came in. And I even, when Nia was over here, I showed her. And I don't know why I even showed her. Just maybe as a justification so that someone else out there could see that I wasn't just, you know. It sounds, when I say the number, it sounds like I'm exaggerating. But no, it was $20,000 to have my electrical fixed in my house. $20,000 that I didn't have. And in order to pay for it, I had to kind of weasel my way to getting a line of credit at the bank. I used credit cards. I used stall tactics. I used even you guys. I admit I didn't... Using you guys isn't the right term. That's not true. You guys came through for me. You know, I have never cried so honestly as I did the day that you guys donated so much money to just help me pay for my electrical, to help me pay for the food that I didn't have. I didn't have any food left. I was literally days away from going to a shelter and saying, you know, I need food. And you guys helped me out. And I mean, that, it was just so heartwarming that, you know, when I see that there are people out there willing to help, that's the reason for me doing this now, is that I want to be able to thank you guys properly. I want to thank you when it happens, even if it's rare, even if it never happens, even if I build this entire donation item area and I never get a single donation, I still want to say thank you to you guys somehow. And that's what I'm doing this for. And like I said, my opinions changed, my attitudes changed. I always said, you know, I'm not a beggar. I will never beg for money. But I think I was thinking about it wrong, is that you're not begging for money. You're giving away for people to help you out if they want. It's their choice. You're not saying to them, you know, you must give me money. People spend money on all kinds of ridiculous things in this day and age. On booze, on cigarettes, on things that are edging on illegal, gambling, and even video games. The thousands and thousands of dollars that I hear about people spending on video games. It almost makes me cringe, you know, what I would do with the money that you spend on those things. But I understand. It's a person's choice whether or not they spend it on those things. And likewise, if you choose to spend it helping me out so that I can continue doing this, why wouldn't I say thank you for it? So, I'm going to put my donation link back. I had a donation link ages ago on my videos. And again, I'll be very honest, I had, I think, a total of 3 donations ever. And 2 of them came from the same person. And the total of all the donations was about $30 ever. I had the links in my descriptions in every single video for almost a year, I guess it was. Since then, I've very, very largely removed it from those videos because, again, I was having that inner conflict, thinking, you know, it's not really right for me to ask. Who am I to ask for donations? I'm going to be putting it back, but only in the TimeShot. I'm not going to put it on other series or anything like that, because I'm not, like I say, I'm not flaunting it. I'm not begging for it. I know that people will say, you know, help me, I'm saving up for a mic, and they put their donation link in every single video. I need a new mic. I need a new 32-inch monitor. I need this new video game that just came out. And mine, it's not going to be for that. It's not for that. It's for food. It's for heat. It's for a shelter over my head. That's what it'll go to. And I am a very charitable person. I was actually considering donating 50% of whatever I get to a charity of my choice, which would make me feel so much more comfortable about it. And I've talked to people about this too in the past, and they all agreed that if I did that, it would be a very noble thing. When you guys donated to me, when you helped me, I needed that help from you guys. I did a live stream the day after, and I basically raised over $1,000 for Heifer International charity organization. And I felt good about that. I felt like, you know what, you guys gave to me, now I'm giving back. So what I think that I'm going to do is for every dollar that I get, I'm going to donate 50 cents to charity. And that just would make me feel so much more better about it. And I'll publicize those kinds of stats for you guys. Like if we donate $100 to charity, that would be just phenomenal. And then I don't feel like there's any greed involved whatsoever. I feel totally like it's your decision to donate. And it would make me feel better about it. So here's the width of it, the length of it. You can see the end of it. But it's also going to go all the way down to bedrock. And the entrance to it will be somewhere in the middle. And that's that. Was she experiencing the April Fool's thing for the first time? Well, there you go. Hope you guys had a happy April Fool's. I'm going to end the episode there. It's been a long one. We talked about being starstruck, and then also about the more serious talk about me reopening donations, having a donation room. This whole room, so that I can explain it. I'll say this right before the end of the video. It's ending. Don't worry. It's ending. It's ending. Don't worry. But basically, for every donation that I get, I'm going to put your name on a sign and like an iron block above it or a diamond block, depending on how much it was. Things like that. Just as a little thank you. When you donate to me, leave me a little note with whatever you want it to say, whatever you want the name to say. I do have the option of leaving notes. Otherwise, I won't use your full name. I'll probably just use your first name or something. First name, last initial or something like that, if you don't specify. And I'll put your name on a sign with a diamond block above it or an iron block above it. And we'll see how that goes. And I know for a fact every little tiny bit will help, especially since, you know, well, there are things going on in my life that I also can't talk about, but they do take money out of my pocket in a good way. I can't say that it's a bad thing. It's something that, you know, I invest into, and every little bit helps. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and do all those other awesome things that you people do. I am going to keep going. I'm going to probably dig out at least this top layer by tonight. I'm going to turn on the tunes and just enjoy Minecraft as it was supposed to be. Again, thank you. Donation link will be in the description. If you donate from now on, I will be making note of it. For when this is done, I will be putting your names up in some way. So thank you. Thank you all. This is Poet. Thank you for watching TimeShot. Bye-bye.